Hey, Sharinese. Hello. Okay, Fred, can you hear me? Fred?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can.
All right, perfect.
You sound like there's a echo.
Maybe because we're in the office together.
Yeah, that's it.
You don't sound like an echo, Adrima.
Oh, I don't? Okay.
Do I sound like an echo now?
That's better.
Okay.
Get your headphones. Oh.
Okay, Sharinese is on. Yep. Hey! Oh, don't you look pretty? You're on mute. The mute button is at the bottom of the screen, Sharinese. Look on the bottom of the screen. You should see a camera, and next to the camera is a microphone. Just click on the microphone. Good morning and welcome to Engaging Our Youth-Led Discussion around Health and Wellness. Today we have some wonderful Sharinese, you don't know how to take off your sound. Well, good morning. I'm so happy to see all of our guests here today. My name is Deb O Rah Mitchell from the Youth Connection. I'm the Assistant Director of our Health, Wellness, and Prevention program. So we are excited that you're going to engage in a youth-led discussion around health and wellness today. Health and wellness is very important, and we're going to talk about how does spiritual and natural wellness please God? What do our kids say about it? And we're going to know that you're going to get great results for each of us by listening to these three triangles of spiritual wellness, healthy wellness from cooking right and cooking healthy meals, and then what you can do to exercise and other great things that you're going to hear that are going to help you and your family. So you feel great, your family feels great, and you're able to do everything that your family wants to do to be healthy spiritually, naturally, and emotionally. Okay, so right now we're going to, like I said, introduce. I am Deb O Rah Mitchell, the Substance Use Assistant Director for the Youth Connection. I want to thank Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network for all of their help in assisting us to bring this great session to you. Um, we also have Adrema Price and Fred Smith on the line. We're going to talk about our I2D2 program. How do we exercise? How do we do other things so that we can be healthy? So, Mr. Smith, I'm going to turn it over to you and let you introduce yourself. Ms. Price, you can introduce
Hello.
yourself after him. And then we're going to see what I2D2 is.
Hello, everyone, and good morning. My name is Adrema Price, and I am a prevention program facilitator for I2D2. And I'm going to pass it to Mr. Smith to get us started.
All right. Can everyone hear me? Just want to make sure. All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Frederick Smith. I am a prevention program facilitator for our I2D2 program. And I'm pretty sure you're all wondering, what's I2D2? Well, the great thing is we have a wonderful video that's going to present and show you what our health and wellness program is about. So I am having a little bit technical difficulties with sharing my screen. I see that tech support is going to help me, but we're going to have that up very soon.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Smith. I see quite a few people are having a little bit of a technical difficulty. But right now, if you can put in the chat, what do you think health and wellness looks like for your family? What do you do in order to feel that you are at your best physically, at your best mentally, and at your best spiritually? Ms. Jimenez says us all being healthy and in shape. Yep, that's what it is. Eating healthy, love and appreciation, drinking lots of water, exercise and prayer, definitely. Finding our peace and what makes us laugh. Now, see, I'm a person who loves to laugh. I think laughter is like a medicine, just like they say in the Bible. And
Girl,
so
I'm supposed to
we are
be in
going.
this. I'm supposed to be in this meeting. Supposed to be presenting, and I can't hear nothing.
Miss Jackson, we are able to hear you. This is Pastor Jackson, and we
I got it
are,
connected to.
she's having a few little difficulties. We are going to bring Pastor Jackson on after the Youth Connection shows you our I2D2 program, and we're hoping that her video and audio will be acting great. Let's say a prayer that happens. Okay, Mr. Smith, why don't you go on and tell us what I2D2 is?
Okay, we are still waiting for our video because I still cannot share my screen. Ryan is working on that from tech support, so we'll have that up very shortly. I do apologize for the inconvenience.
Okay, well, Pastor Jackson, do you think you might be ready? Pastor Jackson. I think Pastor Sharinese Jackson is able to speak to us right now. Pastor Jackson is going to be giving an awesome health testimony, inspiring. She is the pastor of Vernon Chapel AME Church in Detroit. She's a licensed counselor and an author of 2 books, a series called Choices in Conquering the Big C through the Bigger C. So, wow, we are so excited, and we hope you understand that with technical difficulties, sometimes things change. I tell people that things change quickly in Oz. But anyway, here's our Pastor Jackson. We're so happy to hear your testimony. Welcome. I'm going to turn it over to Pastor Jackson.
Well, can you all hear me now? All right, I sound like that Verizon commercial. Well, good morning to all of you. Sorry that I was not able, that we had to switch around the schedule, but I will not be with you long because I only have a set amount of time. But I was asked to share my testimony, but I wanted to start it off with just a word of God. And for all of us, in Genesis, the 2nd chapter, it states on the first verse, so the creation of the heavens and the earth and everything in them was completed. On the 7th day, God had finished his work of creation, so he rested from all of his work. And I just want to preference what I'm talking about today and my testimony on the importance of rest and taking care of yourself. I know that those of us who are in the faith community, those of us who are ministers, those of us who are just working, sometimes don't take advantage and don't listen to our bodies. And so here is my testimony on how important it is to rest. I was blessed to be able to pastor a church in Flint, Michigan in the month of August of 2014. And at that same time, a week later, my mother was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer and also dementia. So I not only had a new church and a new charge, but I had to start to take care of my mother who had breast cancer and dementia. In December of that same year of 2014, my daughter was a freshman at the University of Michigan and was diagnosed with pneumonia and spent a week in the hospital. In January of 2015, I had pneumonia. And through this whole time, I just continued to press and push my way through. But in April of 2015, ignoring the signs of my body, ignoring the rest that I needed, continually pushing forward, I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. At that time, I ended up having to have surgery, emergency surgery, spent 2 months out of the pulpit, and then had to have another surgery in which my mother and I were scheduled for surgery at Beaumont at the same time. And so we both were in surgery for cancer at the same time. I went through 18 weeks of chemotherapy. And what I learned throughout all of that experience is that we have to pay attention to our bodies. During that time period, I lost all of my hair and had some real humbling thoughts about what all of this meant. And I have used what happened to me to develop a platform on just being cognizant of our own health and our bodies, to listen even when we have so many things that are pulling at us, is that we still have to take time to take care of ourselves. We have to make sure that we listen and we follow and we're exercising and we're eating well, because all of that contributes to our good health. I know as a pastor, we put everybody ahead of ourselves and our own needs, but as the word of God tells us, if God could rest, then we too have to have an opportunity to rest as well. Well, I can say that after 5-6 years, I am cancer free. Thank God for that. But I also know the importance of just taking time for ourselves. So Cara asked me to share my testimony with you. One, just to show that God is a healer and that he still works miracles, but also to show and to just to highlight how it is so important for us to listen to our bodies, to take care of ourselves, and to do what God has blessed us with, even in his word, of taking care and resting our spirit and our soul. So I pray that these brief words that I have given you, that they will help to encourage you. I also pray that you find laughter, because I was able to find funny things even as I went through chemo. I would find something to laugh at, because laughter is good for your soul. So embrace those things that are positive in your life, even when you're going through. And those things will help you as you go through. So I pray.
Right, we're on. Thank you.
All right. I hear and I see that our other presenter is ready to start. And I pray that you will listen to just a small word of what I've said, and that it will be a blessing to you and to your life. Amen.
Amen. Pastor Jackson, that was an awesome testimony. Thank you so much. I tell you, it made a big difference. It makes a big difference to know you're not alone when you're going through those types of trials and tribulations. So thank you so much. We appreciate it. I also want to tell you that we're going to leave time at the end for you to put your questions or your comments in the chat, and each one of our presenters will be happy to answer those questions. Okay, so right now, for the Youth Connection, Mr. Smith, are we ready?
We are ready, yes.
Okay, so we are going to go to the Youth Connection. Thank you again, Ms. Jackson. And Mr. Smith is going to be running our video, as well as Ms. Price, who is very instrumental in making all these videos, so that you can find out the physical ramifications of good health. It seems as though we're having some challenging difficulties, and so with our sound, but maybe.
I2D2 consists of 6 one-hour sessions, including a 30-minute physical activity.
What's I2D2? Our nutrition education program consists of 4 things: increase fruits and vegetables, increase physical activity, decrease sugary drinks, decrease screen time.
Increase fruits and vegetables. Eating the rainbow of nutrients involves eating fruits and vegetables of different colors. Plants often contain different pigments and phytonutrients, which give them their color. For instance, red fruits and vegetables keep our hearts healthy and improve our memory. Everyone should consume at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables to support growth, development, and for optimal immune function.
Increase physical activity. Adults and children should engage in at least 1 hour of physical activity per day. Physical activity benefits your heart, mind, and body. Physical activity contributes to preventing and managing illnesses such as diabetes, cancer, and heart disease. Decrease sugary drinks. Soda has no nutritional value and it is high in sugar. Water is very important to the human body. Every one of your cells, organs, and tissues use water to keep you hydrated and maintain bodily functions.
Decrease screen time. Limiting screen time to 2 hours per day can improve overall health and help with sleep deprivation. Time away from the screen encourages healthy physical and social development.
Upon program completion, incentives are awarded. If your family would like to sign up for our I2D2 Fit and Fun Family Clubs, please go to our website at www.theyouthconnection.org or call us at 313-826-7099. Also, like and follow TYC Detroit on social media, such as our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and watch our videos on YouTube.
Thank you for enjoying our presentation, and we're going to introduce Ms. Sharon Dumas, and they're going to be doing our cooking demonstration. Mr. Smith is going to pull up your video for you, if you guys are ready.
She's on mute.
Okay, let me just introduce Miss Dumas again. She's the founder of Full and Fabulous, and she has done.
People keep disappearing.
Yeah, well, we come and go. But anyway, Ms. Dumas is a wonderful friend of mine. She's helped, I'm sure, thousands of youth in this city to have a whole lot different view of who they are. So I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Dumas and one of her students.
We can't unmute.
I can hear you. Ms. Dumas, can you hear us?
Hello?
Very difficult to hear. Say one more thing, Ms. Dumas.
We're having technical difficulties. Can anyone hear us?
There we go.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Hello, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. My name is Sharon Dumas, and I'm president and founder of Full and Fabulous. I am so excited. We're celebrating 40 years next year of health, beauty, and self-esteem for plus-size women and girls. Today, I have Sakai Bradley, and she is going to talk about the cooking demonstration.
Hi, my name is Sakai Bradley. I've been with the program for around 2 years and was just recently promoted to be an executive secretary for the program. So recently we just did our healthy cooking class, which is generally every other week. And we work, and what makes it healthy is that we substitute the regular ingredients for more health conscious options. I want to start by introducing 5 reasons that you should eat dessert daily, because it's frowned upon to have sugar and intake things that make you happy when you really should be looked at as a benefit. The first thing would be that eating desserts could lower your blood pressure. There was a study done by Harvard in 2011 that having a small amount of dark chocolate every day could aid in. Dark chocolate contains antioxidants that aid in lowering your blood pressure, and in that same way, it can help you against strokes. Also, having a little dessert every day or every other day could help satisfy your cravings and motivate you to be active. You want to be able to fit that dessert in every day, so you would want to walk around a bit to make room. It can limit your sugar and fat intake by just having your own homemade desserts every day. When you know what you're putting into your food, you know what's coming out, and you know how it can help nourish your body.
Thank you. Now we can show the video. Please show the video.
Prior to making this video, all of us have been COVID tested. Hi, my name is Shania.
Hi, I am Michaela, and we are making a no-bake cheesecake by Martha Stewart. Okay, so step 1, put graham crackers in a large resealable plastic bag and crush them with a rolling pin until very fine crumbs form.
I have already crushed mine.
And I'll be using granola, which is already crushed as much as I could. Then step 2.
We're making homemade cheesecake.
Stir in sugar, add butter.
The healthy version.
Combine.
Kids, don't forget to grate the.
Yeah. Making homemade cheesecake.
Okay. Sugar.
How much sugar will we be using?
Actually, don't say. So we're just going to do as much as we can.
Where's the measurement?
We're going to do this much.
So this recipe can be found on marthastewart.com. What they're doing is combining, well, I'll say that one of the girls in the videos has a granola mixture instead of a graham cracker mixture, which is one of our many healthy substitutes. And I can assure you that they both tasted equally good. Right now, they're combining their bases, the granola and the graham cracker, with about a stick and a half of melted butter. And that's going to get it firm and make it so that they can pack it. Bam. Another recipe was done this day as well. And the common factor in these recipes is that we used a 0-calorie sweetener in the form of a powder instead of sugar. And as a result, we save a bunch of unwanted calories.
Now step 3 is put the
but still got something just as sweet.
Spring for a pan, spread in it 11.5 to 2 inches up the side. Press flat, crust fat. Then chill the crust in the freezer at least 10 minutes.
So of course we were working on a time limit here, but what you would usually do is put it in more of a metal pan or a larger space, and then you would pack the crust in the middle and then tore up the side. So it's kind of like a pie, and it gives a nice little bowl for the cheesecake mixture to go in. And as I mentioned before, this is a no-bake recipe. So all we had to do from this step was put it in the freezer.
Guys, make sure you
and get ready to make the base. That's what our girls are doing now. I believe what she just mentioned was that she isn't using as much
Now, step 4 is
of her graham cracker recipe because
beat the cream cheese in a large bowl until smooth. Beat in the condensed milk a little at a time, and yeah, we want to do that. So,
thank you, Carolyn.
Sorry, you guys. We had to go get the bowls.
That's very true because especially during this recipe, we were all working together behind the scenes.
So we got the cream cheese.
Cream cheese.
This is the first cooking class together. Zoom.
This is our first cooking class being held in person, and I see the video got cut off a little, but in the beginning we mentioned that all of our participants have been COVID tested and vaccinated. So it was safe for us to not wear masks.
What you want to do?
But usually when you're doing this type of thing in person, it's important to keep your health in the front of your mind and wear masks. We were also wearing gloves.
You're doing a great job.
In this recipe, you would mix the cream cheese, and while you're mixing, you combine the milk so that it doesn't get too runny. This right here is the no-bake cheesecake that they're mixing up. And this was actually a very exciting day because it was our first cooking class that we were doing in person. We usually do it over Zoom, have the ingredients distributed, and we would do it in the comfort of our own homes, but we did it in our studio, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. There's that teamwork Carolyn was talking about behind the scenes.
Okay, y'all. So now I'm trying to
Shout out.
So it can be easier so we can mix it.
They transferred it to a bigger bowl so we can mix it. Exactly what she said. Shout out to Miss Delisa, our coordinator for the program. She did amazing recording and making sure that we had everything.
Oh, how you like it? It's not. You don't gotta copy the exact same thing we're doing.
She was mentioning that they use different methods themselves, so you could use your own method at home.
Just a little bit more milk. And then I added more cream cheese.
The best part about these simple recipes is that you can adjust it to however you want it to be.
Now I'm going to use lemon juice.
Make sure you combine it with. The next step is to incorporate lemon juice.
You can.
One note: we live and we learn. It was a great attempt for our first try, but going forward, we would not use as much lemon juice as we did.
I love lemon.
And you want it to be smooth, not too.
Yeah, smooth.
Smooth, not too.
Take your time. You don't gotta mix all fast, you know.
Yep, we want it to be smooth.
It mixed well.
Tell me a little bit about the program.
So you may be wondering, why do we incorporate cooking classes into our program? And it's exactly
I'm guessing
vanilla extract is the next step, and it's exactly what this entire presentation is for. We want
2 drops of it. You'll be
2 drops. We want our girls to know that you shouldn't have to feel guilty about wanting a sweet treat. These cooking classes help us learn a bunch of different ways to incorporate healthy things into the things that we love and still have a great result.
Still be able to enjoy.
Still be able to enjoy it. More into the program, we don't just focus around healthy eating and cooking. We also meet with our amazing life skills professor, Miss Anitra, and we learn all about peer pressure and drug prevention in the same class.
Classics.
Okay, I have to go back up the steps. Okay, step 5 says pour the filling into the crust, smooth the top with a rubber spatula, cover with plastic wrap, and refreeze until firm, 2.5 to 3 hours. Then gotta put it up. So we're gonna put these in for 3.5 hours and then
Thank you for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And let us know how it tastes if you try it.
And this is how it looks before it goes in.
There we go. We want to thank you for this opportunity to present our healthy cooking demonstration for the conference. And I want to thank Sakai, you did a fantastic job, and to all the girls who did the demonstration.
Do we have any questions?
Okay, actually, we're going to open the floor up.
Please join us for our walk to eradicate childhood obesity and suicide. The flyer is in the expo.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Dumas. So we've got about 15 minutes. Everybody in the chat is saying your youth did a fabulous job, wonderful job. Can you imagine if our kids start learning how to cook? And certainly during the COVID epidemic, we've cooked a lot of things at home. But if we start teaching our kids how to cook healthy, think healthy, they will increase in spiritual knowledge and social and emotional learning and in physical health. I really like that the young ladies were working together. As someone said in the chat, we have to learn how to work together as a team. So Ms. Dumas, great job. We're going to open up the chat. If you want to ask either Ms. Dumas, Pastor Jackson, or Mr. Mr. Smith or Ms. Price about anything that we have talked about today.
Are you able to hear us?
We are able to hear you, yes.
And thank you so much.
Thank you.
We will make sure that we answer your questions right now. So we are looking at our chat.
We aren't sure if we're able to be heard right now, so I'll type.
You are being heard, yes.
She said I can hear you. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you for the opportunity for us to share today. To answer the question, we have practiced healthy dishes and things of that sort for every other week, and that's as soon as you join. So it's an ongoing cycle. I'd say since I've been in the program, I've done it for
a year and a half.
Year and a half, yeah, consistently.
Wow. Very, very nice. So
I'm going to be putting our website in the chat.
We have a question from G. Wade. I believe it's for Ms. Dumas and her youth.
For all of your information and instructions on how to register your daughters.
What made you guys get started? Can you hear me, Ms. Dumas? Well, it seems we might be having some difficulties. In the chat, they have put their a way that you can contact them through their website. Ms. Beavers is sending them a text.
Great job, Sakai.
So thank you very much. We can hear you, Ms. Dumas, but I guess you can't hear us. So we thank you so much for doing everything. And hopefully, actually, you're on mute. So if you could take yourself off mute, you might be able to answer this question of how did you and your youth get started? But they still haven't, of course, gotten on their audio yet. But I can tell you that Ms. Dumas was just led by God to start the Full and Fabulous group of young women. She has had many, she has taken them to different states. They have competed. She has constantly won. I'm sorry, Ms. Dumas. I see you talking, but we can't hear you. If you'd like to put in the chat how you got started, I'm sure that would be a great way to answer the question. Any other questions? They want to know, do you have any young men in the group? Ms. Dumas, if you could just unmute, I think we could hear you. As far as I know, I think Ms. Dumas works basically with young adult females, but she's continuing on, and I believe that's with, since it's called the Curvy Girl Project, that I think it's mostly for young ladies. So, any other questions? Like I said, do you have young men? Please contact her at her website if you'd like to know more specific information, since they're having trouble with their audio. So, what age group do you work with? I'm going to ask Pastor Jackson, what age group do you work with, and do you work with young adults? You can just take yourself off mute. Oh, I don't know. We're having a little problem coming off mute, it seems. We can't hear you. Okay, so I believe Pastor Jackson works with all ages, from young adults to older citizens, and has programs for all of these young adults and older citizens so that they feel connected to the community, their spiritual needs are being met, and 12 to 21. Okay, 12 to 21 is the ages for Full and Fabulous, and that is for young ladies. And we have Pastor Jackson saying she is a therapist who works with all ages, and I believe she works with males and females. So if you would have any therapy needs, you certainly can take Pastor Jackson's information, which I hope showed up in the video or when she was speaking. But if you need to contact her, please contact Ms. Cara Thomas, and she'll be glad to give you her contact information. Mr. Smith, when does your TV show air?
I like that. I take that as a high compliment, but our I2D2 Fit and Fun Family Club program is in person and it's virtual. So if you're interested, you can go to our website. I'll put it in the chat, www.theyouthconnection.org, and you can sign your family up. Or anybody can sign up.
Okay, Mr. Smith, can they go on YouTube and find us?
Yes, they can. They can go on YouTube, TYC Detroit, and this video will be on there before the end of the session. I'll tell you that.
Okay, wonderful.
You can follow us on our social media platforms: Facebook, The Youth Connection, Twitter, TYC Detroit, Instagram, TYC Detroit, and you can watch us on YouTube, TYC Detroit.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Mr. Moss, are you back on? Do you have audio? Well, I guess not. They're still kind of freezing again. But Ms. Rice, why don't you talk for a little bit about the different exercises we do that are very easy to do from home, including yoga, because we really want to lower that stress.
Oh, definitely. I would love to chime in about our physical activity. So before I go into that, we do have animations. So that's for the virtual program. We have animations for each one of our sessions. So a couple of the different exercises I do with the youth is, we do line dances like the cha-cha slide and the Cupid shuffle, but we also do yoga. We have done Pilates. We have done Zumba also. So we like to have a little fun when we, work out. We want to make sure that it's something that's easy for them to learn so they can take it home to their family.
Okay, and I believe that Mr. Smith and Ms. Price talked about how you can go onto our website to sign up for this I2D2 program for you and your family, so that you can get to moving as a family instead of just sitting on the couch. And of course, we also said decreasing screen time. That means we want to do more with our families. We want to exercise with them. We want to cook with them. We want to pray with them. All of the things that we said are needed so that all of their needs are met, even though this is a very difficult time. Thank you, Ms. Thomas. It says you're all amazing. I love Zumba sounds like fun from Ms. Johnson. Thank you so much. And Pastor Jackson, do you have sound again? And would you like to say just a few things about the people that you serve and their ages? Can anybody read lips? I'm sorry, Pastor Jackson, but we seem to be having some problems with our audio. But I certainly thank Pastor Jackson. I thank Mr. Smith. I thank Ms. Price. I certainly thank Sharon Dumas and her young students for making a difference and showing us that there is a way for us to get through this pandemic with spiritual, social, emotional, and physical health. So if there are no more questions, I'm going to give you well, we're over in 10 minutes anyway. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes if you'd like to ask any more questions. If not, we have been so thrilled to have you with us here today and to learn more about how to keep yourself healthy, because these are all things that all of us feel we know. I know how to eat the right things. I know how to eat, vegetables. I know how to eat salads. All of us know what to eat, but how to do it is a whole nother issue. So we hope you got a chance to see how to cook different healthy things, how to exercise in ways that the family can use, and you don't have to worry about, oh no, I can't do that. And also to learn that spirituality is very important, because once we do everything we know to do, then we have to depend on God. And we know that prayer changes things. And we know that God said, if you come to me when you're in trouble, I will help you. I will be with you. So once again, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much for being patient with us through all of our technical difficulties. But I think we got the job done. Now, don't forget, there is a prayer room on the main stage. So if you would like to have someone pray for you or with you, please go there, because we know that prayer changes things. And everybody has things that they need prayer for right now, whether it's that you won't be afraid during COVID, that your family will be safe and well. There are so many things we can pray for so that we know God is intervening and that fear will not take over for faith. So if there are no other questions, and again, if you have anything you would like to ask or add to this conversation, please put it in the chat. If not, we have 2 more minutes. We'll wait around just in case anybody has anything they'd like to ask a little bit more personally. But thank you for coming to this wonderful conference on engaging youth-led discussions around health and wellness that includes spiritual, natural, social, and physical well-being. Have a wonderful day and enjoy the rest of Wellness Beyond the Wall.